Okay. So I just pinned a message to the chat. We have the workmen who have been working yesterday and today to replace the ventwork underneath the house. They are, I think they're about done, but they are still cleaning up and sort of doing a couple things underneath the house. So there may be some noises. So I just put that little warning up there just in case. But today is the last Friday of January already. So take today, and if you need today to be a working day, a productivity day, I need a break day, whatever it is, feel free to do your own thing. I had sort of intended to maybe do my bullet journal today, but hey, surprise, the workmen getting here early in the morning. I was forced to get up in the morning and, be awake. So I went ahead and I got it mostly done. I just have like one or two things that I will essentially get done during the first sprint that will complete my February bullet journal stuff. So then I can move on to something else. So that was sort of like advantageous, I guess. I don't know. So when things like this happen, I contemplate becoming a morning person, but I am just such a night owl that becoming a morning person is very difficult for me. And so, the benefits of being a morning person, you get stuff done during daylight hours, but benefits of being a night owl is that you get the world to yourself in the evening, and it becomes quieter as the evening goes on, whereas the daytime becomes obnoxiously louder as everyone else gets awake. I don't know. Can you tell that I'm a night owl? And also, I still do not know what the internet glitch is. I have tried a couple more things. I'm still trying some things on the list, but for now, I'm sorry if we just get glitches every once in a while. So let's say hello to the chat. QWERTY is here and was first. Who all is waiting in the chat? And Divided by Sight says, hello, everyone. Hello, hello. And Megan is here. Wonderful, Megan. Hello. I hope you're doing well. How goes your story progress? Because I know you've been really working on making sure that your writing is stronger. So Laura says, happy lunch hour, everyone. Yes, and happy lunch hour to you as well. It has been, how has your first week been? Because this has been your first week back to work. But I know that when I attended on Wednesday, was it Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday. You said that you had gotten on the projects that you wanted. So awesome. And also, don't forget to drink something. I have Earl Grey today in my little sheep mug. You can see his tail right there because that's the side that faces you. The other side has his cute little face and he's munching on a flower. But I just usually put the butt out. Don't ask me why. Just cuz. So Laura is drinking mint tea. Very nice. Shadow's Lair says, I am using sprints to get chores done. You switched days for cleaning day today. Awesome. That is good. A good use of time and a good use of sprints. Megan says, I'm brainstorming a metaphor for heavy. I mean, you could always go with the classic, world on your shoulders type of atlas. Let's see, what else? I've seen some metaphors done where it felt like the like there was a cloak of sodden fabric like weighing you down. Heavy atmosphere versus like actual weighted heavy can be done sort of like the air thickens, walking through pea soup rather than just fog. But heavy weight wise, I've seen it done where sort of mostly in more horror-esque things, and it's more like these the unnatural things have attached themselves to you, and then you are dragging them along as if they are shackles or sandbags, or as if a dead body had wrapped their hands around your ankle and refused to let go, type of thing. So yeah, so there are ways to do it, but yeah, for heavy, I guess I would need to know whether or not you mean heavy atmosphere or heavy weight. So, all right. Devin says, howdy. Howdy, Devin. And Laura says, trying to think up the climactic ending of your story where a reporter interviews Dr. Frankenstein about his low-carbon footprint laboratory. He recycles everything, even people. Well, considering how bad of a father figure Dr. Frankenstein was to his first monster, I would say there would probably need to be some sort of drama with one of the monsters breaking in and accusing Dr. Frankenstein, or maybe one of the, I don't know, are there monster babies? If there are monster babies, then I think it would be hilarious if the monster mother breaks in and demands child support. But that may be too comedic for you. But that would be hilarious. To me anyway. So Cordy says, I'm rolling the dice, sprinting again today, but with a D20 because you're quarantined, so you got lots of things you can do. That is true. So are you rolling the D20 and whatever number it is how many minutes you sprint for? Is that what the D20 does? Excuse me. Pardon me. Did not mean to do that. The Shadows Lair says, I rotate from morning to night person on season. You noticed in summers you're up at 5 a.m., but winters you're in bed around that time and then waking up at noon. And that might have something to do with you're more sensitive to the light. And I think a lot of people are, because the natural circadian rhythm depends on light, but also the natural circadian rhythm has the actual waking hour, which is in the middle of the night. So you would get up, light a candle, read for an hour, and then go back to bed. So it makes sense that like somewhere between the midnight and 3 a.m. hour, people wake up. That's like a natural time for people based on the body rhythms. I don't know why this. Sorry, I'm very distracted. Never mind. I'm gonna derail back to the actual thought process. So you're starting to think you should not fight it. And that is true, and I know there are some people who, like when they go to bed, they open their curtains a little bit so that the light comes in and wakes them up early. I am not that person. I am very much not that person. I am the person who has blackout curtains because I cannot go to sleep with light. I am the person who sewed a fabric strip to hang on my door jamb over there because the nightlight would come in through the door crack. And yeah, so that's me. So Laura says, I think I have it. I just need to know how far you can take it and not be pure horror. Trying to stay satirical. Oh, in that case, then definitely like monster child support might be the way to go. Or a way. not just the way, but a way. Greg Inc. says, hello. How are you? Petra says, hello, hello. How are you? I hope you're doing well and fantastic this Friday. It is 1:11. I just looked over. So, do we want to do a warm-up sprint? And if so, how long? Do we want to do just like the 15-minute? Do we want to go into a 25-minute Pomodoro? What would you like to do? How are you feeling on this Friday? QWERTY says, you roll the d20 and each number is assigned to a different task. Ooh. So do you have 20 different tasks on your list that you could do, or do you like pair them up? So like 1 through 2 would be X and 3 through 4 would be Y. Megan sleeps with an eye mask. You need pure darkness. Yes. Yeah. You love blackout curtains. Yes. Courtney is going to be using this first sprint as a nap sprint. Not a bad choice on a Friday. Shadows Lair says, yes, I do wake up once every night, and you also have blackout curtains, but you love/hate them because it fits. If it's dark in the morning, you won't get up. Yeah. Exactly. So I'm okay with laying in bed. I like laying in bed. My bed's comfy. CB says, hello, I'm having dinner, and you will be finishing your homework after. Excellent. Shadows Lair suggests 15. Megan seconds that. Yeah, my internet is just, I don't know why. I have been trying a whole bunch of different things, and it just for the past 2 weeks, it's been doing this. And so I think it's 2 weeks now. So it's frustrating, and I apologize. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still trying different things. I have not gotten an answer from the internet company, and the first thing they told me to try was something that I've, like the first 5 things they told me to try, I have already done. And it doesn't seem to be working. So, you have 20 tasks. Some are one-time tasks. Others are repeat tasks like book editing and stuff, but you'll roll a d6 first for the main tasks. And one of the d6 numbers is roll the d20. Gotcha. Okay. That makes sense. All right. Let's do a 15-minute to start, since we had 2 people vote for that. Chrome tab. We want the penguin. Okay. Make sure that the audio for penguin is okay. Alrighty. Pop this bigger. And then we have our reminders. So 1, if you have been working digitally this morning, make sure you save your document. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with. 3, make sure you straighten your spine and roll your shoulders back to do a posture check. And 4, make sure that you take a longer stretch if you need one, or go to the kitchen and get a snack if you need a snack. Make sure that you are taking care of you. All right, those are your 4 reminders, and we can now get started in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that was the end of the first round. So pause Pete, because Pete is raring to grow. We can check in with everybody and see how we're doing. I finished working with my bullet journal. So I have that all filled out and ready to go for February. I did film the majority of the setup. Like, I didn't film me like scheduling all my live streams in, because that's boring if you see that week after week. But I did film all and all that. So I have filmed, but yeah. So I, for the first time, tried a little wreath. Here we go. So I've got some pretty simplistic little butterflies there. Then I have the more complex butterflies on the calendar and mostly the weekly layouts. I tried doing the wreath-esque stuff with the simple butterflies and fancy butterflies. They don't really mesh that well, in my opinion. So then I wound up doing like a quote, and I think that looks better. So I've got fancy butterfly and like kind of a neutral-esque color scheme there. And then I've got rainbow butterfly, which is very cool. I like rainbow butterfly. So yeah, so that's essentially what I spent my morning doing. And I have now set all of that up, so it is ready to be used come Monday. Which, the fact that it's February on Monday is just bonkers to me. Just absolutely bonkers. Yeah, I don't know. So I did a couple things. I went back and added some things from this week that I had forgotten to take note of. I'm trying to think what I've already had today. I think I've just had the coffee and the tea that I'm currently drinking. So I don't think I've had any extra water today. So that will need to be remedied. Because I have a section for water on each of my sort of day sections, because I need to remind myself to stay hydrated. So yeah, so that's what I'm doing, is just like the whole bullet journal thing, making sure that I have that all set up ready to use, because I prefer full month setup then rather than trying to do it like a week ahead, because when I schedule things with, like, if I schedule a video call with some of my in real life friends, like, we're not always available, and so we have to like figure out a date where, you know, somebody's off, somebody's not calling their parents, all that kind of stuff. And so we generally do it for the following week. And so if I don't have the week set up, then I don't have that little reminder of like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'm supposed to, you know, so we're on next Thursday. So I try and set up the whole month. But yeah. So I had fun doing that this morning. So, okay. So Charlie with Project Shadow is here. It says, hey. TR Writing over on Twitch has suggested that I began having the problems when Mom was on the computer with the IRS. So maybe I need to check her computer rather than mine to see if I'm wonky with that. So I will probably try that after the stream. He says, sausage and peppers were delicious. That sounds delicious. CB says, be right back. And then, okay, I'm back. Divided by Sight says, I'm back, trying to be productive today. Hopefully these sprints will help. Shadow's Lair got some laundry folded. Excellent. CB got 150 of writing group homework. Excellent. Yay. Charlie with Project Shadow says, I am doing quite well. I have a lot of things on my plate, per usual. And Cordy said, did some reading for your final book. Excellent. Megan says, I played around with various metaphor ideas. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. So speaking of books, I have rewritten my reading goals for February because I have been reading books, but I've also been reading like web novels. And so it's hard to tell with web novels when one volume ends, because you don't really know until they compile it later. And so I feel like I haven't been able to sort of like mark off books that I've read because I've been reading more web novels, and they seem never ending. And so I have rewritten my February goals to be read 3 physical books. Like, that's the bare minimum. So yeah, that's kind of like just a weird side note, but your comment reminded me. So CB says, we have a free theme this week. Free is in you can do whatever. So it gives you way too many choices. Petra got 466, got super into this character introduction. Lovely. That is great. You investigated a list sent to you by a podcast listener of alternate story structures, and they are fascinating. Expect a video series on them soon. They are exciting. Ooh, that does sound good. And you have now switched over to Charlie. And CB says, if it will show up, quote, when we got back, I showed my mother a letter I received. She gasped, and then she hugged me. Is it a good gasp or a bad gasp? You don't like this version of your homework. Devin Cutting says, harsh writing advice is trending on Twitter. Ooh, that sounds fun. I may have to go investigate that, but I think I will put that off until after the stream, because otherwise I will get far too distracted with Twitter. Some of the tweets are hilarious. Nice. Way too many choices. Yes. Tony's heart letter. Ooh, that does sound good. Okay, so let's go ahead and do Pete, the Pomodoro Penguin. And that way we can get a little bit of work done. What am I going to work on? I need to work on Project Gray because I have been ignoring it so long. And I started to work on it the other day, so I think I'm going to continue with that and see if I can get a decent amount of words today. That would be lovely, you know. But and if I get distracted and start doing something else that's more like fun, although my YA is kind of fun anyway. But okay, let's stop delaying, because that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just procrastinating. I'm just dawdling. Okay, so Divided by Sight says, "Ooh, I saw it on Instagram. Harsh writing advice says writing friends are your competitors. You disagree?" I think in some sense it's true, but in a lot of sense it's not. So in some sense, if you and your friend are writing in the same genre, ultimately, in some sense, there's only so much money people have to buy books in the same genre. But realistically, also, readers are going to buy books. So, you know, and if they like a genre, they're bound to buy more of the said genre. So, I mean, if you look at it extremely pessimistically, yes, but not always. So, yeah, that's okay. I'm still just procrastinating. So here are your reminders. 1, save your document. 2, drink something. 3, straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back. And 4, if you need a break or a snack, please make sure you get one. Okay? those are your reminders, and we will get started in 3, 2, 1, go. Hey, okie dokie. That was the second sprint. And let me pause this when it pops up so that we go to the 30-minute and pause there. I did not start on Project C. I journaled for a little bit. I had forgotten to journal for the party. And so I went ahead and I did that. And it was pretty good card for today. Very good. I was enjoying it very much. But anyways, I got like 475-ish words during that sprint, and so that's very good for handwriting. So I did some of it was on focused on the Oracle card for the day, but some of it was not. So again, I'm using the Colette Baron Reed Spirit Animal Oracle deck. And this is the Crow Spirit. So he's all handsome. And like, if you see how detailed and cool that is, it's like he's got a crystal heart in some ways. It's very cool. But the main message is co-create with spirit or with the divine or whatnot. So there's definitely sort of take inspiration from what is around you and life, but there's also the Crow Spirit says you are right on target now to see your dreams magically come into being in the visible world. The laws of abundance, compensation, frequency, and praise are operating in your favor now. Remember to be grateful and praise what is yours, even if it is still coalescing into form, still residing in the invisible realms of co-creation. So that little message blip right there, sort of in my brain, I was like, oh, so no self-doubt. No, be grateful for your current draft as it is, and don't like tear yourself down too much because it's still in the process of being created. It's still solidifying into the form that you want it to be. So don't be too harsh on your 0 and first drafts. That's what Crow Spirit was telling me. I don't know about you, but that's what it was telling me. So, and then further down in this sort of like protection messages or the more warning side of stuff. So it says, although conditions have become challenging, you have no reason to believe that everything you've set to intention will forever elude you. So again, stop doubting yourself. You might be fretting about experiencing the results of some of your poor choices or judgments from the past. Crow Spirit is here to remind you that you can always correct course and get back on track. So I was kind of worrying about like not writing as much in December and January. But again, like, it's okay. I can still write. I can still write more. It's fine. I just have to develop the habit again of writing when I'm not live streaming. So Crow Spirit says, keep creating. Things will be fine. And don't self-doubt too much. That was what I got from Crow Spirit. So that was your daily oracle message for me. From me and Colette Baron Reed. So it was good. It was a good sprint. Good journaling little sprint session. And Ellie Vera popped in and said, hello. Both Divided by Sight and I have finished our caffeine intake and are now switching to water. At least that's what we say. And so Divided by Sight will be streaming directly after me. So if you need more sprints after this, Divided by Sight's channel is a place that you can do that. Stevie says you got 265. Excellent. Just Eva says, hey, just swinging by to cheer you on for your word goals. Thank you very much for that cheer, Eva. Some days I really need that. Shadow's Lair says, I did not clean as much this time, but your newest shirt was released on Amazon, so you shared it on the socials and bought one. Ooh, very nice. And Megan says, I decided to go with heavy chain for your metaphor. Now you're working on the next sentence. Very nice. And Olivia says, talking about workmen, your washing machine is broken and you just had someone around to look as well. Yes. I can probably take that pen message off. I don't know how to remove it though. How do I remove it? Because they have left. So I can unpin it. Message unpinned. Okay. Good to know. There we go. But yes, so we had the guys out to take away the like flimsy plastic insulated vents that are under the house for the air and heat. And we have replaced them with like sheet metal, essentially, formed into boxes, I guess, I think is what they essentially were doing. I'm not entirely sure, but essentially we have replaced plastic with metal. That way, no future rodent creatures can get into it. So it's pricier for sure because, metal is more expensive than plastic. But it is for long-term plans rather than let's replace these every 3 years. So, yeah. But having workmen around is always kind of, you're like, I don't want to hover too much. I want to let you do your job. But I'm also kind of interested in what you're doing, but I don't want to like distract you. So, and I have inherited my father's, I guess, gift of gab a lot of times. And so when workmen are around, just based on watching my dad and how he interacts with workmen his whole life, I'm always like, oh, I should have a conversation with them as they do work. And that's not necessarily like always the best thing because they're like, I'm sure they're thinking, lady, let me work. But yeah, so it just is. So Petra got an amazing 691, which is awesome. Greg says, I edited a couple of paragraphs in your second chapter and it's nearly done. Ooh, yay. That is awesome. Charlie investigated the first story structure because you feel like it applies to the novella that you're working on. You love the idea to practice something new in your writing. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I'm glad it's working then. Nicole, the blind mage is here. Greetings. Greetings to you as well. And Megan says, I needed to hear that. Crow Spirit is looking right at me. Yes. Crow Spirit sees you and me. Like, it's like for sure. Not wrong. Yeah. Yeah. Elivira says, your dad is like that too. Has a way of finding out random people's life story. Yeah, for sure. And it's, they're always fascinating. And yeah, but I've when I lived on my own, that sort of it wound up being the workman thought that I was flirting with him rather than having a conversation. That conversation did not end great. And so then I always felt awkward. This is when I lived at the apartment complex, and so they had the apartment handyman guy. It did not work out well. Let's just say. And so from then on, I was like, I don't really want to call to get anything fixed because I really don't want him in my apartment. Yeah. So That was weird. Okay, side note. Anyway, let's do another sprint. I'm interested in the 30-minute 1K challenge. The can get 1K in 30 minutes or 50K. 50K? I don't think I can get 50K in 30 minutes. I don't think that's possible. Even like the super fast patient dude only does 5,000. That was a weird Freudian slip. I wish I had 50K in 30 minutes. That would be nice. Okay, brain, what am I doing? I am putting up a ticker. That's what I'm doing. 1K in 30-minute challenge. Or 500 words, or 250, or whatever works for you. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know Shadow's Lair, but then again, I can't really tell when people are flirting with me, so who knows? Maybe I'm just an oblivious creature who has no idea what she's doing romantically. That's why. All right, let's do the reminders. So 1, make sure you save your document if you have been working digitally. 2, make sure that you are drinking something, whatever your beverage of choice may be. 3, make sure you straighten your spine, roll your shoulders back, do a posture check. If you need to loosen up and do some more stretches, please do so. And 4, if you need a longer break, oh, it's a cardinal outside my window. I was wondering what it was. If you need a longer break to take a walk around your house, to go to the kitchen, get a snack, whatever it is, please make sure you take one because this is a longer sprint. Okay, so 30 minutes. Here we go in 3, 2, 1, go! Okay, that is the third sprint. How'd we do? Did, in fact, get 1,000 words in 30 minutes. Yay! Oh, that felt nice. Oh, okay. Yes, don't forget to save now that you have added. So I managed to get 320. 300. No. Sorry. Calculation thingy. So I managed to get 1,026 words. So yes, so I managed to get the 1K, which has been a while since I've done that. And oh, I'm freezing really bad. Or at least on my end, I can see that I'm freezing quite a lot. So, but it shouldn't. I don't know. Okay, hopefully you can still hear me. Just pay. So, but yes, so I managed to get 1,026 words, and Laura took a nap and then back to work. Rosalind is here, and in regards to story structures, okay, let me take a ticker off. Maybe that's taking more energy for it. And let me take this. Okay, so Rosalind says, in regards to the story structures, my two go-to sources are E.A. Deverell. She has a cheat sheet of different structures, and your favorite book, Story Structure Architect by Victoria Lynn Schmidt. I think I've heard of Story Structure Architect, and I know I've heard of E.A. Deverell, but I don't know that I've actually fully read either of those two options. So thank you for that. That is a great resource. Divided by Sight has said, I've rescheduled the stream for next week. Not feeling well. I hope you feel better soon, and we understand. Definitely take care of yourself first. Petra got a nice solid 785. Woohoo! Charlie got 583. CB got 493. Ooh, very nice. Megan says, I edited a couple of sentences, which is much improved from your recent struggle of writing one sentence per day. But hey, at least you are still chugging along. So there you go. Rewrote your homework again. Okay. You can hear, but it's a bit wonky. Cross my fingers. I hope that it clears up. I'm sorry. Well, I've got to figure out what it is, but I don't know what will fix it. I will still keep working at it, though. I promise. So CB rewrote the free Anything Goes writing homework again. So hopefully this time it's better. Hopefully you like it more this time. And Shadowsler says, I got almost the whole basket folded and a second basket to do. There you go. Charlie says, I love that book. I keep it desk, but these were completely new to you. Excellent. Fun times. I love trying new things. I may not always agree with them when you pass the first time, but I like trying things. Microwave some enchiladas. Very nice. Very nice. I microwaved pizza for my breakfast and then had tomato bisque soup for lunch. So, pizza and cheese are essentially my diet for today, or like tomato sauce and cheese. I should probably have some veggies for dinner. I did have some fruit with my lunch, so, And there were pet veggies on the pizza, so It's fine, right? I'm just getting a cream and lactose that my stomach says I don't need. Okay. I have not made it through that many extra pages because these particular pages were like slam full of notes of things that I wanted to fix. So there's that. But I still feel good about making some progress. So that's nice. Laura says, I slept through lunch, now to eat during work. Elvira says, I'm working overtime today. Oh no. Are you allowed to play funky music, like to make it better? I don't know. Is that an option for you? Rosalind says, I'm still trying to find Pulte's 36 dramatic situations. Ooh, I've not heard of that either. There's still a lot of things that I have not heard of. There's a lot of writing things that never really come across in sort of like canon writing stuff for school, because they're generally geared towards more technical and academic writing than creative writing. And I wonder if I don't know, there are aspects of education system that I wish we could redo, but at the same time, you know, it's a long process. So, okay, we have about 4 minutes left, and I forgot to fetch the link parade today, so I'm afraid that I only have Devon's wonderful playlist for you. So that is, and I have some Twitch links for people in case you want that. But I do have Devon's playlists. So let me, Devon's playlist, where are you? There you are. All right, so Devon's playlist is now in the chat. And I know that it being Friday, Charlie has Fanfiction Friday, but that's over on Project Shadow rather than Charlie's main channel. That's going to be on the Project Shadow site. And then who else streams on Fridays? So Divided by Sight said she was going to delay that till next week. Mallory streams till 5. Vloganovel might be streaming. HK Darkwood normally streams at 4. Little Forest Homes might be starting at 5. Sarah Sean Weber starts at 8. I don't know if Jessica Williams is doing a read with me tonight. She has been on some Friday nights. Tessa Dean usually streams. Meadow usually streams. There's lots of streams available, I'm sure. And so Devon's playlist is there. And then Charlie has wonderfully provided the 5 p.m. fanfiction fun Friday writing thing. It's the fun thing on Friday. Okay, so actually for TOS reasons, all your writing streams are on this channel since the other is an artist channel. Okay. Gotcha. And Rosalind says, I sort of want the original first edition. A little harder to find. Just a little. Just a teensy weensy little bit. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to save my document just to double check that I have saved it. And I am probably going to go get myself a snack and then put a couple puzzle pieces in the puzzle that I'm doing. And then I will come back and join some of the other Friday streams. Because I have now set up my bullet journal for February. Check. Awesome. I could edit that tonight. I should probably edit the video tonight. Do I want to edit though? I don't know. We'll see. I'll flip a coin. Yeah. So, all right, y'all. Thank you for joining me today and dealing with my distraction and my glitchy internet. I appreciate your patience, and I'm very glad to have the company. And I think that's going to be it for me. I will be back on Sunday for the last of the dog thumbnails. And then next week should be the kitten thumbnails instead of the puppies. So yes. So look out for those, I guess. Those will probably I'll schedule those either tonight or tomorrow. So yay, fun times. All right. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday, and I will see y'all later. Bye. If I can hit the button.